He claims that the CIA told him to go on social media and post about Trump and Russia. He states that he has friends, he has contacts within the CIA, and that they urged him to go onto his social media, to use his platforms on Facebook, on Twitter, etc., to go and talk about Trump and Russia. So this whole Trump-Russia line that they gave him, they said, this is a CIA plant operation that we now know they're using our celebrities. And how many times on InfoWars have we talked about the CIA being in bed with Hollywood, using Hollywood celebrities? Well, here's a direct link.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've got Jack Posobiec closing out the 4th hour. Huge interview with Steven Seagal that got played earlier. I hope everybody really enjoyed that and everything he had to say, all the things that he was able to reveal. Well, it's happened again, folks. The mainstream media is attacking yours truly. All weekend, the attacks have been coming, article after article after article. And what did I do? What happened, you say? Why did the mainstream media feel the need to write all of these articles attacking Jack Posobiec, former Navy intelligence officer, everything else that I do to fight for our freedom in this country? Well, I had the audacity to get retweeted again by the President of the United States. That's right. So late on Saturday, I'm sitting at home with Tanya, and I get my phone starts blowing up. I said, what's going on? What's everything going on here? And what happened was the President of the United States, again, went to my Twitter account, saw something that I had tweeted up, and I'll walk you through that in a second, and decided to retweet it out to his millions of followers to let people know the truth. Because, folks, the President of the United States, President Trump, he is watching us. He is watching what we're saying. He's watching what we're writing. He's gotten direct line to us. And when he sees something that we're putting out there, when we tell you we have sources, when we tell you that we're talking to people at the highest levels, there you go. There's your proof positive. President of the United States. So what was the retweet? What was it all about? Well, what he retweeted was something about Dick Durbin. Now, Dick Durbin, earlier in the week, and we've got a video here for you, he said that the president was a racist for using the term chain migration in terms of the DACA debate. So I think we've got that clip, and let's play it up here. What Senator Dick Durbin said about the president using a racist term, chain migration, according to Mr. Durbin.
When it came to the issue of, quote, chain migration, I said to the president, do you realize how painful that term is to so many people? African Americans believe that they migrated to America in chains. And when you speak about chain migration, it hurts them personally. And he said, oh, that's a good line.
Now, this is Dick Durbin, the same person who once referred to U.S. troops as Nazis. To this day, whenever someone brings up that guy's name to me, that scumbag, I always remember the fact that he referred to the U.S. military as Nazis. But it got me to thinking. Chain migration's been a term that's been around for years and years. So I went to the C-SPAN archive, and sure enough, look who I found using the term chain migration just a few years ago.
The DREAM Act would not allow what is known as chain migration. In fact, DREAM Act students would have very limited ability to sponsor their family members for legal status.
So right there, you've got it. Dick Durbin himself using the term that he claims was completely a racist invention of Donald Trump. Maybe Trump got the term from Dick Durbin himself. So when I put that tweet out on Saturday afternoon, the president down at Mar-a-Lago saw that and said, you know what? Boom, that's a retweet, because it was just too good. Because we caught him. We completely caught him. We got it. Liar, liar, pants on fire with this guy, Dick Durbin. Now, he's calling the president a racist. And I'd like to show another story that came out that the mainstream media completely isn't touching on today. Today, Martin Luther King Day, of course, but the media is spending it calling Trump a racist. However, the president actually just won a Medal of Bravery, believe it or not, from the Afghanistan people. The people of Afghanistan just awarded our president a Medal of Bravery for calling out Pakistan and their harboring of terrorism and everything that they've done to support these groups or facilitate these groups. Of course, we know that Osama bin Laden was harbored in Pakistan, not far from one of their military academies, right in Abbottabad. So the Afghan people just awarded a bravery medal to our president. Not exactly something that you'd hear from a racist. Actually, he's awarded by the Afghan people. You know what's funny is because they gave Barack Obama the Nobel Peace Prize for doing nothing, President Trump receives awards from actually the people of Afghanistan, not the United Nations, not these global elites, not the Nobel Committee. No, the people of Afghanistan just awarded him a medal. But you're not going to hear that. You're not going to hear that on CNN. You're not going to hear that on MSNBC. You may not even hear it on Fox because no one is covering this story. It's a monumental, historic occasion because the Afghanistan people, believe me, they were not big fans of Barack Obama and they were not big fans of George W. Bush. They're fans of President Trump because for the first time, he's standing up to Pakistan instead of shelling billions and billions of US dollars over there. Now, one other story that I wanted to hit on because I don't have a lot of time today is not been mentioned by so much of the mainstream media. Finally, Fox picked it up over the weekend. Late yesterday, they got to it. So this guy Moby, he's like a singer, he's like a DJ, he does a bunch of stuff. I thought he was Beck. I couldn't tell the difference between him and Beck. He claims that the CIA told him to go on social media and post about Trump and Russia. He states that he has friends, he has contacts within the CIA, and that they urged him to go onto his social media, to use his platforms on Facebook, on Twitter, etc., to go and talk about Trump and Russia. So this whole Trump-Russia line that they gave him, they said, this is a CIA planned operation that we now know they're using our celebrities. And how many times on InfoWars have we talked about the CIA being in bed with Hollywood, using Hollywood celebrities? Well, here's a direct link. Here's a direct link to one of them actually admitting that he's colluding with the CIA to push the Trump-Russia story. Actually, later on in the comments, he even stated, if you go back to the post that he put up, he even said that there is a plan to get rid of Trump. So he's out there. Moby said he went to Washington, D.C. to hang out with his friends who work in the government, and later said there are plans, he called them right-wing plans, to get rid of Trump. And he heard this from the CIA. So we've been talking about this, and so many news agencies aren't going to cover this. So many are hiding it up. I'm glad that Fox did. I'm so glad that Fox did, because here is proof, folks. Here is proof of the deep state. Here is proof of how they work. They fly him out to Washington, D.C. They say, hey, we're going to have a great time. We're going to have a party. And while they're at and they don't walk into his office and hand him a stack of, documents and say, you need to tweet all these things about Trump. No, it's not like that. It's you make friends with them. You befriend them. You read these celebrities. You ply them with alcohol, with drugs, women, whatever it is. And then through the course of your conversation, you mention, by the way, you've got a really big social media platform. A lot of people listen to you. You should really tell them about this Trump-Russia story, because that's the key to getting him out of office. He's a Manchurian candidate. He's being controlled by Putin and all of these, this dossier, this fake dossier, the blackmail they've got on him. That's what you've got to tweet about, Moby. And Moby goes, yeah, these are my friends telling me it. They're good people. They're patriots. They work for CIA. There's no way they would tell me something that's wrong. And of course they're going to tell me the truth. I mean, these guys, these guys are CIA agents. Think about it, folks. This is what's going on. This is the social engineering. This is deep state. This is how all of this works. He says he had friends with a few active and former CIA agents over the years that were, quote unquote, concerned, really concerned that Trump was essentially being run as a CIA agent, or excuse me, a Russian agent. So folks, they call us conspiracy theorists. They call us every name under the sun for talking about the deep state, for talking about these plots against our president. And yet here is proof. Here is someone who's involved with this that's actually admitting that that's what happens, that CIA agents actually go up to Hollywood celebrities and ask them to speak out against Trump and to build the runway, if you will, for their eventual plan to overthrow the Trump presidency. So now what I said is, every time you see a celebrity talking about Trump, every time you see them posting on social media, all of these different things that they're doing, we've got to ask, did the CIA ask you to do this? Did the CIA ask you to tweet this? So if you see it on Twitter, if you see one of these celebrities, just go ahead and ask him, did the CIA ask you to tweet this the way they asked Moby? Did the CIA or anyone from the government ask you to put up to this? So anytime they're doing an interview, when Eminem goes and does his crazy and terrible, by the way, anti-Trump rants, these are the questions that we have to ask. Is this actually a CIA operation. If you remember Operation Mockingbird, we know that CIA has in the past worked with media organizations to plant domestic stories to a domestic audience to push narratives that they want pushed. It's amazing and it's incredible. These are the stories that we're covering. These are the things that we're working on here in Washington, D.C., where I am, that other media agencies, I guess, just aren't really going to be running with. Now, one of the ways that you can support the work that we're doing is with the new InfoWars Shirt of the Month Club. And this is actually a really cool club. It's a really great idea, and I'm glad that they're finally doing it. If you go to InfoWarsStore.com, you can find it. So you sign up. It's $19.95 a month, and you get a new T-shirt for every month, right? So there's going to be exclusive T-shirts that are only available, right, for people that are going to be in through this store. And Alex Jones is going to sign 10 shirts. I'm not going to tell you which ones. It's like the golden ticket. Now, but 10 shirts at random are going to be signed and sent out. So you might, if you join the InfoWars Shirt of the Month Club, get a signed shirt from Alex himself. And this is the first one that came out, Won't Tread on Me, with the black and red, of course, that classic rattlesnake, the symbol of our country, the symbol of America. This is the way you can help support us. This is the way that you can help support the InfoWar.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.
Donald Trump.
I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. I left my cell, my pager, and my home phone at the bottom. I sent 2 letters back in autumn. You must not have got them. There probably was a problem at the post office or something. Sometimes I scribble addresses too sloppy when I jot them. But anyways, what's up, man? How's your daughter? I know you probably hear this every day, but I'm your biggest fan. Anyways, I hope you get this, man. Hit me back, just a chat. Truly yours.
I can't stand that motherfucker, and I feel like he's not paying attention to me.
Okay.
And I was kind of waiting for him to say something.
Like his Twitter fingers, yeah.
Yeah, and for some reason, he didn't say anything.